This is my life, Sam. This is my house.
When Tracy and Miles Albert purchased this beautiful 4-bedroom house in Riverside, they never realized that at the end of escrow, the seller would suddenly refuse to give up the keys and leave.
This is my reaction to a video that shows a seller refusing to leave his home after it's already been sold. Gosh, this is horrible.
Chris Taylor is the real estate agent who sold the house to Tracy and Miles from a man who wanted to sell immediately.
He needed $560,000 from the sale of his house in the next 2 weeks, and he called me on a Sunday. So in traditional real estate, there's no way of doing that unless the buyer's a cash buyer.
A seller calls you and tells you they need that much cash in 2 weeks. Sounds too good to be true. The only possible way for the seller to be able to get their home sold in that short amount is if the buyer's already ready and they're not putting it on the market, and if it's cash. Because if it's a loan, it's going to take your normal 30 to 45 days. Yeah, this is already starting off as something that's pretty fishy already.
Since the house was free and clear and worth more than $560,000, Tracy and Miles felt it was a great deal.
Again, when a deal is too good to be true, especially in this market where it's super competitive, there's no inventory, something has got to give. Something is going on for sure. That home is worth more than what the seller wants. Come on now.
Which took us scrambling to get everything we had, our life savings, put it together, hard money loan on top of it to make that happen.
Holy moly. So they used majority of their savings, and on top of that, they went and got a hard money loan. For those of you guys that don't know what a hard money loan is, it's basically a loan that's packaged together by a bunch of investors, and they're just lending it out to people to utilize. And normally these type of loans, you have to pay back within 2 to 5 years, and they're not cheap. Interest rates on these can range between 8 to 20%, and it's interest payments only. You guys are probably asking, why would anybody want to utilize a loan like that? For a lot of reasons. Investors use these loans a lot because, one, they don't check credit. I felt like maybe that was the reason why they went with this route, because maybe they wanted the home, and because the seller was only looking for cash and needed to close within 2 weeks, this was the only option.
Since the house was free and clear and worth more than $560,000.
And they jumped on it. Or maybe they have challenged credit. That's why they decided to utilize hard money loan.
Hard money loan on top of it to make that happen.
I don't know, I'm just another agent slash YouTuber here.
During escrow, they discovered there was a $30,000 tax lien on the house, which slowed things down.
A $30,000 tax lien on a property when you ran title. That should have been another red flag right there. If the owner has this much of a tax lien on his property, why isn't he paying for it? That should have been another red flag right there. Here's my take on this. There are ways to prevent this. They didn't mention anything about doing a final walkthrough. I don't know if they did that. I'm guessing maybe they didn't because of the rush of the timeline and because of all of the motivation that was going on. A final walkthrough is so important, and especially for cases like this, it's super necessary because when you're doing a final walkthrough, you're conducting a verification of the property to make sure that it's still in its normal condition when you first saw it initially. Another important reason why you should do a final walkthrough is so to make sure that the sellers are out and that they are cleaning the house and preparing to vacate the property. And if you're doing the final walkthrough, you notice signs that the seller is not moving out still, everything still looks the same, it's a little bit iffy, extend the escrow close. Don't close. Wait until you do another final walkthrough and see that there has been signs of the sellers moving out already, then close. Another thing that could possibly go wrong too is rent back. Right now, a lot of sellers that are selling homes that has tenants, or sellers themselves that need a little bit more time until their home is ready to move out, are requesting for rent back, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a couple of weeks. If you don't want to go through this possible rent back because of the eviction moratorium that another possible seller may take advantage of, then don't offer rent back and just extend escrow. If they need 30 days, make the escrow process 60 days instead of 30 days. If they need 60 days, make it 90-day escrow. So that way the seller has time to move out, and you don't sign the dotted line that you're the new owner yet until they get out. I felt like there was a lot of things that was missed, and they should have seen that from the beginning. Like, I feel terrible for these buyers. I don't wish this upon anybody. Man, like, I could already imagine how devastating that they felt. Thanks again so much to the subscriber that sent it to me, asking my opinion on this. This is how I feel about it, and I just pray and I hope that nobody ever gets to go through this at all personally. And I guess that's it for this video. So happy home shopping, and make sure you pay attention to those escrows. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.